Welcome to the Meet the Agent series, and today we have Ashley Gates, one of our senior property manager, which has been with us for a year and a half, but she's been in the profession of real estate from last 15 years. It's a long journey, and we're going to hear from her insight, how she maintained the level of success she's doing now from last 15 years. So let's get into it. Ashley Gates, welcome. So, Ashley, if you can tell us a little bit more about you, so to our audience, so a little bit more background on you and how, about real estate as well, how you started.
I am a mum of three and a wife to my husband.
Busy, I'm sure, another full-time job.
Yes, it is, almost. I came to Reliance about a year and a half ago, and I've loved every minute of it. Being able to have a portfolio as well as help the team growth is something that I'm really excited to be a part of. So yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. And 15 years ago, what inspired you to join real estate? I think there'll be our audience definitely.
Yeah, so 15 years ago when I finished school, just finished VCE, I went straight and did my real estate license.
Really?
I followed my dad's journey in the real estate profession, and he did have his own business at the time, so I joined that, and we basically ran it as a team together for quite a few years.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you just was determined what you wanted to do.
Yeah, nothing else really excited me. I was always at the office, especially as a young kid, school holidays, doing filing, things like that. And it was just something that I thought was a real strength in a career that I wanted to go into. I loved seeing him do the job, and I wanted to feel that same way. So yeah, nothing else ever really interests me.
Because 15 years is a long time, very long time. So just tell us more, like, what does real estate mean to you now after these many long years and a very successful career, and what do you enjoy more about real estate now?
Yeah, so obviously there's so many different aspects of real estate, but I've always really enjoyed the property management side of things. I love the interaction that I get with so many diverse different people, and yeah, basically helping rental providers be able to secure their investment, but also renters being able to secure a home for their families, so that they can enjoy the same experience. And then a lot of them helping them to then go on and purchase property as well, and speaking to them about that. So I do love that aspect of it, and yeah, it's something that I really am enjoying.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And how do you, I'm sure there are some challenging moments in property management. So how you sort of handle those kind of situation, and how you keep yourself focused?
Yeah, so my biggest thing in property management is communication. Communication is the one thing that you must have with all sides, so that you have strong relationships. And I find that with that strong communication that I do bring, it's enabled me to, fight those challenges. When you kind of pretend that it doesn't exist and you hide away from it, it just becomes a bigger mess. So you just have to, take it on head on and address it straight away. So when you have a good relationship with your rental provider and you have a good relationship with your renter, it is much easier to diffuse those situations, and as well as your trades. Having good relationships and communications with your trades is something that helps immensely when you're in property management.
Makes sense. I think you follow the model, what they talk about, move towards the tension. Wherever there is the tension, that kind of dispute or kind of situation is, rather than delaying it, because that's going to become a bigger situation and going to come in front of you, so you better handle it at that time.
Exactly right. I mean, if there is an issue that comes about, walking away from it and pretending it doesn't exist is never ever going to be a solution. So tackling it head on, and sometimes it does get messy, but it is something that comes with the job.
True, that is. So what you consider as is your highlight of your profession of real estate, or kind of achievement? Everything is an achievement, I'm sure. Staying 15 years in the profession and doing a great job is an achievement itself. But is there any moment, any sort of a specific situation you like to talk about?
I probably would say getting my license. Obviously that was a big achievement for me. I wanted to make sure that I had that first and foremost, so that I was all-rounded in my career and it gave me more opportunity. But I think at the moment my biggest achievement is helping the junior members of our office. I really do like sharing my experiences and helping them grow and learn so that they can do the job different, better, and helps them, in their challenges. That's something that I really aspire more to do, and hopefully in the future can be a little bit more in that role and helping them grow.
And I'm sure the kind of the growth Verve office and your portfolio have seen, and you only 2 or 3 of them are the senior who's leading the team, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more growth opportunities coming. So any of your favorite or property management experience you like to share? Anything like your long-standing client, or how any favorite of your experience in property management?
From the family-run business that we had prior to me working at Reliance, it was great to have so many clients that were just appreciative of us all the time. Christmases and things, there was always people that were coming and expressing their gratitude for the work that we were doing. It was a great company, and it just had a great feel about it all the time. Reliance is having that feel now. It is
You're getting there.
It's taken, a year and a half is not a very long time when I was working at the other place for quite some time. So it's getting that feel. Our office is like a family, and it does, we have our challenges, but we do, help each other through them quite well. So I think, again, I'm just happy to watch the growth.
Beautiful. That's excellent. And just because the transition from one organization to the another, and especially as you mentioned, in our experience, not many. I can only count on my hands how many of them have stayed over a year and a half. So, what kind of journey, or what kind of support, or what kind of advice, or atmosphere you received in Reliance when you sort of transitioned from that to Reliance?
I think it was just being able to have that flexibility to do the job in my way.
Especially at the time you were working certain hours and certain days.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to have that flexibility and that support behind. And I wasn't given a workload that was too extensive for that time frame, so that I could slowly ease into extra days and things like that. So I have been able to manage home life and work life much better, but that has been because of the flexibility that I've received. So I think that was something that was really important to me, especially when I did initially decide to come across. Because that's the only way I really wanted to do it.
And I'm sure your little one was very young at the time, and there was no other way you could do it.
Especially.
Beautiful. And what's there are quite a few young professionals who either looking to do property management, but they're a little scared as well. Because we interview and we get to know that, and also some of them are just getting started, and they just sometimes they feel lost because it's a lot to learn. So what advice you give after 15 years of experience?
I would say that make sure you're going to a company that has the support. Having seniors and established property managers at the company so that you have people to learn and grow from. Some companies take on juniors without any support. It may be just a director and a selling agent, and it does allow you to get lost, and you find that you're just getting buried in the sand. But I have always found that if you have someone to learn from that mentors you and teaches you every aspect that your role is about, you have a better opportunity to grow in this industry. I have seen a lot of people, not stay, leave the industry because, they haven't had that support. So that's something I really want to instill with Reliance, that we give that support to juniors so that they, their longevity.
Beautiful. And I think I have seen it because originally when I was the salesperson and running the office, I originally have a property, and I wouldn't. Our language is different. Sales language or mindset is completely different than the property management. We understand it, but still we don't.
Yeah.
So you're very right. Like we need to have the like-minded people whom you can share the challenge with, whom you can discuss the situation, and they can provide you either some guidance or at least just listen to you and understand it.
Yeah.
If you by yourself in that process, you can really get lost.
And that's also part and parcel with the property management team working with the sales team.
Yes.
A lot of the property managers don't know any of the language that you guys in sales will speak, but I do. So being able to, maneuver our way through sales where there's tenants living there and not having to always exit the tenant because you're trying to sell a property, that's something that, we are navigating at Werribee, trying to be able to just gel it all together instead of cutting the lines and
Makes sense.
It's working. It's working.
Beautiful. That's good. So what's you looking for more towards the end here? What are you looking for, Ashley, in the year 2023 and beyond in this profession of real estate?
Yeah, so for me personally, I want to be able to move more into the mentoring role, help any juniors or property managers that are within Reliance to grow themselves, but also have the confidence that they can tackle big issues.
Yes.
Because sometimes, there are people that it is hard to deal with. It is hard with some clients, but just having that confidence behind you allows you to push through. So that is something that I want to aspire to, and making sure that our processes and procedures are, really well balanced so that any new people coming into our company can feel that support behind them.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's an excellent way of looking at it, because if you create the right platform for the newbies, I think that's an excellent way and giving them that initial experience, because in the first 1, 2 or 3 months, they really decide whether they're going to stay here or whether they're going to look for something else. And then I think even in the sales as well, Ashley, I would share with you, like the poor experience is what the companies give to the newbies, like they just have them the phone and the computer, they're saying there you go. And I think that is one of the reason, like 60 to 70% of the real estate agents, either in property or sales, they leave within the first year. I think that's contributed a lot to that. So thank you, Ashley, for being with us today. So guys, Ashley Gates, 15 years of real estate experience. She shared a lot of insights today, but I normally say there is a lot more we can talk about, but sometimes when this is the discussions, it's not only about the words, but it is what behind the word, what experience they have gained, and how they still enjoying the process and really doing an excellent job. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much.